Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to talk about how to set up a betta fish tank and what you're going to need for your betta fish. So starting off with materials, you're going to want some sort of substrate, and I have this substrate here. These are little marbles. Another option is gravel, but I prefer marbles. You're also going to need, this is optional, but I have aquarium salt, and what aquarium salt does, if you're not sure, it promotes gill function, which means it helps it breathe better. It can cure or help things such as fin rot. It reduces stress, and it also helps with the coloring of your fish and enhances their colors. I don't have a strainer, but I have a cup. A strainer would be better, but if you have a cup, you can just poke holes in it like I did. And this is just to wash gravel and stuff. And here I have some water conditioner, and this is very important to have because if you don't have water conditioner, every time you clean the tank or put more water in, all the carbon dioxide that in the water is not good for them because fish breathe oxygen, if you did not know, or at least betta fish do. And if they breathe too much carbon dioxide, it can actually be very painful and slowly kill your fish. Next, you're going to want some decorations, and this makes the fish feel more secure. Decorations are not used to make the fish look prettier or anything. It's for that kind of reason. And some examples here is I have this whole basket. I have this little ancient plant. There's this little blue plant back here. But you just want to make sure that your plants are not too rough because they can cut betta fish fins. Like for example, this plant here, it's too small and it hasn't caused me any problems. But if you have a bigger version of a plant like this, I would trim the sides. A good option to go with is silk plants, and also a cave would be awesome. As food goes, I have two brands. I have the betta bits, and the best way to go is to get food that is specialized just for bettas. But if you do not have any or you cannot find any, tropical fish food is fine. This is by the Wardley brand, and Wardley is a very cheap brand. I would not recommend it, but my fish personally would only eat this for a while, so that's why I had this. And then I have these by Top Fin. But they do contain fish meal, and fish meal is not recommended for your fish. I'm not sure what harm it does, but all I know is that fish meal is grinded up fish, and you don't know what type of fish is in there, so you don't know what diseases could be in there, from what I know. So I would go with Omega 1, which is the best brand that I know of. It's a little expensive, so I don't have it yet, but if I run into it on sale or something, I'm definitely going to pick it up. Lastly, you're definitely going to want a tank for your fish. And this is a critter keeper. As you can tell, it is used, so it is cloudy. And this is a 0.75 gallon, and you do not want anything. My opinion, there's a lot of opinions about betta tank sizes. But my opinion is do not want a tank any bigger than 0.75 gallons because I feel like 0.5 gallon is fine temporarily for a betta fish, but betta fish like to explore, and if there's no room to place any decorations to explore or no room to expand their fins, they're not going to live a good life. Also, many recommend heaters, and I definitely do recommend a heater, but I wouldn't put a heater anything smaller than a 2 gallon or a 2.5 as most commonly known, because if you overheat the tank, it could possibly be dangerous. They do design heaters specifically for bowls, and I also do not recommend bowls unless they're drumfish bowls, because bowls have a magnifying, they're round and magnifying, and towards the top, they don't flow in as much oxygen. So I think if you're going to get a bowl, a drumfish bowl, a drum bowl would be the best. But continuing on, let's learn how to set up the tank. Also, if you have a sponge to clean the sides, that would be awesome. Okay, I have my sponge ready, and it is wet. And I'm going to take my tank and I'm just going to scrub it down. I'm not going to record all of this because it's going to take a little bit to make sure all the cloudy stuff off, but you're just going to want to scrub the edges like this. Make sure that it's very clean, and if you have little stains in there, it should be fine. Once you have cleaned out your tank, the first thing to do if you have gravel is to use your gravel and put it into the strainer. And for me, I have a cup because I don't have a strainer, and my kitchen strainer is strictly for food. So I'm just going to take all of my gravel and place it into my strainer, like so. And just run this through with water. And once you have done that, you can get your tank, and mine is clean a moment and dump it in. And I'm low on substrate, which is okay, but so I'm going to keep mine in the top corner, but normally you would want to spread it out. And you're going to take some of your decorations, and I'm going to wash them off right now. Just to let you know, my theme for this tank is blue. Here is my decorated tank. I have got a green plant here, a green and blue one, a blue plant here, and a fish. And this fish particularly is glow in the dark. Just make sure if you get a fish, it doesn't look real at all because it might stress out your fish. It's never happened, but maybe it would. The next thing you're going to want to do is fill it with water. So I have my sink right here. And I'm going to get water. It doesn't matter what temperature because it's going to eventually warm up to room temperature. Like I said, I was talking about heaters. I do not have a heater because I have a bearded dragon and her temperature ranges from 90 to 110 or something like that in our basking area, and it heats up my room, and so the temperature in the water is usually around 74 degrees, which is the perfect for a betta fish. Now that I have my water in my tank, fill it not quite to the top because you want to add the water to when you get your new fish. Don't add all the water from the cup. I'll make a separate video about that. Don't worry. So the first thing, I wanted to mention with decorations, make sure they still have enough room to swim. You don't want to overcrowd your tank with decorations. It kind of looks overcrowded right now. That's just because you're seeing it from a different point of view than I am. So I'm going to add the aquarium salt right now, and just read the instructions on how much you should put in there if you're using aquarium salt. It's actually it disintegrates, just so you know. It's 1 rounded tablespoon for every 5 gallons. Or half a rounded teaspoon for every US gallon. I did about 1/4 of a teaspoon in this one because I'm going to get a baby most likely, and I don't want to add too much to the water. Next we're going to add our water conditioner. Also follow the directions on the back. Put 6, 7. My water conditioner in. And every time you do a tank change or water change, use the water conditioner. I use the aquarium salt every other, just because saving stuff. So now you're done decorating and setting up your tank. You should wait at least 24 hours before putting any kind of fish into this tank, just to let the water settle and everything get ready. Alright, thanks for watching. I forgot to mention the reason why I put the decorations in before I put my water in, which most people don't do, but some people do, is because then I would have to stick my hand in the water, which is just going to make it even dirtier. So try your best not to keep your hands in the water, because even if you wash them, that soap that you're using, if you're using soap, is going to get into the water, and anything that you touch before you touch the tank is just going to, never mind. If you didn't know, I do collect fish plants. I mean, I have like millions down there. So if you want a collection video of that, please thumbs up this video. Come on, get in there. Alright. If you're wondering why in my previous videos this tank was set up, it's because I had to redo it because the water evaporated to like right here, and I was like, you know what, just whatever. I also wanted to show you some good ideas on where you can put your bearded dragons. Oh, sorry, your betta fish. I have these shelvings under my bearded dragon's tank. That's why I said bearded dragon. You want to see where she is? She's sleeping like a little baby. So I keep these shelves here. These are perfect for 0.75 gallons because they just fit on the shelf. But I have a little setup back there, if you saw my other videos, where I'm going to keep in, and then my 2.5 or 5 gallon is one day going to go right there. Can you see that? Right there. And then that new tank's going down there. So yeah, bye. Thank you so much for watching, and sorry this was such a long video. I'm going to be doing tutorials on how to make these mesh netting dividers either tomorrow or Sunday, because tomorrow I might get a new fish. I keep saying that, but it's just because schedules have changed. So all I know is this week I'm getting another betta fish for my extra tank. Here's just some of my other betta fish tank setups if you just want to have any idea. See, I do have a fish in there as well as in there. And here's another one. So yeah, thank you for watching.